Okay, hello folks, it's Tuesday today, so we have our next session. I'm very happy to join you and here. Okay, we have less people than the last session today. It's not a problem, but maybe they will be a little late. Okay, so I would like with a small instruction to you. So how to be success with this course, how to successfully complete this course, and what to do. Because as I can see in the Canvas, I sent all of you invitation via your institutional email, but they are all pending till this time. So as I can see, maybe something went wrong or you didn't hear me last session. So I'll make a short instruction for you. So first of all, you need to check the institutional mail and accept the invitation on Canvas course. You can find it in your private cabinet on Messi's site. So check the email, check your courses, and you will see that there is a courses that pending invitation and waiting for your invitation. So why it's really care and really makes sense, because you can find all materials what we will talk about and what we was talking about on this course. So you'll have some time to do this after classes or during the classes. It's dependent on you. You must be subscribed to the course Canvas, because all marks are inside. You will have one quiz and one little introductory test, but there will be another task during the course, and also there can be some additions during the course, so keep your hands on. Next, it is advisable but not necessary to attend live classes. So it doesn't point on your mark, but I will tell you how it can roll in your final grades, and of course take part in the discussion. And why it is necessary. After the first session, you need to split into the groups and work on case studies. You can find it in Canvas. And also I talk about the things on our last session. So no list, no results. Next, 3 days before the second session, they already passed. It is necessary to provide to a teacher for me a list of a group. Groups for the cases. So no lists, no results. Okay, it's not great, but it will make you a big difference and big difficulties in future. Because next, you'll need to check information on your cases and outline a plan of working. All information placed in Canvas. Next, you'll be follow the plan, adjust according to resources and circumstances. So it's just step by step. I will lead you through the strategic marketing planning process. every team, and you will have different tasks that will help you and different information that will help you to get the skill. It's simplified skills, so I will give you an example of hard work and of simple work. You can use whatever you want in your comments. It depends on you. I need the result, and you will have a defense on the final exam. So in case of difficulty, contact course supervisor or me using contact form that you can find in Canvas. Okay. As already mentioned, at the end of semester, we will have a little test. Okay, I know that you know how to pass all the tests that take place online. So in instruction, you will see that, okay, you know what to do. So take a test of knowledge on the basic terms, of course, because the final exam, okay, there will be a grade, but it's very little piece of the final grade that you can make personal, not in a group. And of course, I know that you will use every resources to get this mark, not in a very correct way. Okay, it depends on you. I will never check it out, so keep on. And the final grade will be from the final result presentation. Okay, the presentation and your defense is different things, and they will have different grades. So even the presentation as a visual part of your work will have a grade. And of course, the final exam will be the defense of your work. You must present your project during the exam session. Next, based on the results of the exam, the entire team will be graded. The entire team. So you must decide right now, are you ready to give a present to another team member that was lazy and do nothing? And just share your mark with them. I understand that many of you have a work. Somebody maybe 2 or more. I have 5. So, okay, it makes sense, but still you have a lot of time to do this work in team, but not in private. Marketing is a teamwork. Corporation is a teamwork. Every organization, every brand is a teamwork. So I beg you to work in a comment and to collaborate with this agent. So it's like an advice. So after your presentation, listen to the performances of other teams and take notes for yourself for the future, because these skills is useful for every situation in your life. Sounds fantastic? Okay, it's working this way. After the session, you'll get an access to the feedback form. Okay, take 2 or 3 minutes and fill the feedback form. And finally, enjoy. Okay, we have 13 points here, so it's right as 13. And
sorry, could I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
Really quick. So I would really like to join the Canvas course, but unfortunately I haven't found the link to, like, the invitation link on my email, and I checked it twice, like different folders. So what do I do? And I've seen like other people also have not received it. So what do we do in order to obtain it?
So in this case, you must contact a department and say that you have a problem with invitation on this course. So as I can see here, all invitation just pending. I can send you a course number in chat in Zoom, a link, and I will ask on okay, here, check this out. Can you see this course in your schedule?
It says that the course hasn't been published yet.
Interesting. Okay. Strange. Check once again, maybe something in my system, but I can see that it published. Okay.
I was able to join now.
Yes, now it works.
Okay.
It's working now.
I will ask a technical support, so it's strange situation because it's first time when somebody joins the course. Okay, so after joining the course, we will start to work in team. So before this session, so it will be a little, we must to know some little things about it, Azure. So it's time to get know each other better. How is this will work? Only verification. So short intro, name, maybe some facts about your life, some skills, and three question. In reality, it's only two questions. What would you like to be famous? In what way? So it's one question. And what do you value most in a friendship? Strange question, but it's really makes sense in your work. And I'd like you to understand that team, it's not your friends, it's your workers. So sometimes you will have different meaning on one task, on one problem. And the differences in meaning sometimes will help you to find the right solution. Because when you have only one similar meaning, sometimes it's wrong meaning, and sometimes it's wrong solution. So I can use a list that we have in Zoom, or but maybe someone want to be a volunteer. Okay, let's go one by one. Sorry if I will misspelling your name. Adepa? Are you with us? Hello.
Yes, please.
So I'll ask you to make a short introduction.
Okay. My name is Al-Hassan Huminez, but friends call me Adepa. And that's also on my social media platforms and other stuff. And would you like to be, okay, I'm from Ghana, and I had my bachelor's degree at the University of Education, I studied political science in education. And would you like to be famous? Yes, I would like to be famous. In what way? Okay, actually, the reason I would like to be famous in what way? I think being famous is when people know you. So on social media platforms will maybe actually help me to be famous if I start to circulate something on social media, or even bring out my own name or something. Yes. And also, I think I'm famous in my country. Yes, because a lot of people know me, especially the university I went. A lot of people know me because I used to be the I used to be the SRC secretary. So because of that, a lot of people know me. So I was famous then. So, but in a way that I can be famous in the future is maybe through social media, with the help of social media, with my goal that maybe I want to be a journalist in the near future. So for that matter, I think I would start blogging on social media platforms and other stuff. So it will maybe actually make me famous. And what do you value most in a friendship? Okay. Honest and loyal, and honesty, loyalty, kind, and a caring in friendship. Actually, I don't have a lot of, I'm not a type that have a lot of friends. No, I have a small circle in everywhere that I go because of certain things that I want to achieve in life. Because when you want to achieve something in life, I don't think you should be open to a lot of people and other stuff. So I have a just small circle of friends, and I just value their care, their kindness, love, patience, those stuff. Yes, that is what I can say.
Okay, thank you. So next, Yegor Krukov. Okay, Igor, are you with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, I guess just a few words about me. So I'm originally from Smolensk. It is a town near Moscow, about 400 kilometers. I finished a bachelor's degree in linguistics and translation study. And well, I don't really want to be famous in any way. I guess I guess that this really, like, being famous makes you to feel responsible for every action you commit, and like there will be you will be in the spotlight, and I'm not the kind of person who really likes that. And concerning friendship and what I value the most, well, I guess that kindness is the trait I would cherish the most in people, and openness, I guess. Yeah, kindness and openness.
Okay, thank you, Igor. Next, Eugenia or Evgenia.
Yes, hello, you can just call me Zhenya. So I am from Omsk, and I've been studying mass media and communication in Prague. I got my bachelor degree there. And would I like to be famous? Well, recently I started to DJ, so like to produce music, and I'm thinking that that would be great to become famous in that area. But I'm only starting to learn how to do it. And what I value most in a friendship, I would say honesty, and I would say understanding. So when people understand each other, that like deep level of understanding, that's what I value.
Nice one. Thanks,
Thank you.
Evgenia. So I don't think that I will call you Zhenya in the future.
Yeah,
but
Evgenia.
your
Okay.
teammates can. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So, Christian, okay, with iPhone. Okay. Are you with us? I think that Christian has some problems with connection because of some attention to come. Christian, can you hear us or see us? Your phone is muted. Okay. So we'll have a timer. And after 5 seconds, we will go to the next question.
Что уже? Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Really,
The
half an hour passed like lightning. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that Christian have problem with connection, so we will. I hope we will hear some words from here next time. Jan Merkringen, or Jan. I think so, Jan.
No, Jan is fine. Yeah, I'm a student from Germany. I will go to Moscow, I think the next week or the next, yeah, maybe at the end of February, at the beginning of March. And yeah, in my bachelor's degree, I did cross-media editing. And I would like to be famous only in a small scale so that I'm able to maintain my privacy at the times that when I needed it, and in friendships, I think I value the most trust and acceptance. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Next, Liang. I'm not sure that this is correct because I think that Gili may be a name and Liang may be a surname. So sorry for my mistake if I really didn't try. Say some words. Can you hear us? Okay, there can be a gap in connection.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah.
It's me, right?
Thank
you very much. My name is Yang Zhili, and I from China, and I get the business degree at studying in China. So I think the one new of friendship is something like partnership, like find some common ground, common interesting, and work together to do something. I think this is for me. I think it's the most valuable things for now. But I'm not sure. Maybe after I graduation, the one new maybe it's my idea, my perspective will change. Just for short term, it's right now, and I think for the famous, no, it's the China have an old saying, like the gunshot will beat the first bird. So that means if you become famous, you got like this risk and opportunity both. So I don't want to be famous. I just want to be full of money, unlimited budget to do things. So this is my opinion. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good speech. Next, Mark. ERPF.
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, okay.
My name is Mark. I'm from Uruguay, but I'm living in Moscow for 5 years. I got my bachelor's degree here in engineering in Bonn, Moscow State University. And no, I think I don't want to be a famous person, because famous people can't like do things that like average person can, and famous people don't have no privacy in their lives. And as for what I value most in the friendship is maybe loyalty and honesty. And that's why actually this is the reason why I don't want to be the famous person, because famous people also like attract too many fake friends.
Okay. Thank you. Martin Kropogui. Okay, Martin.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Martin Koropogi. I am from Guinea, and I got my bachelor in management economica, and my master degree in management at Université Mrs. And the second one, I don't want to be famous, but I wanna be known on the good way, on the right way. And my friendship, I would like to be helpful and to be here when my friend need my help, and to be kind with them and be able to help them, have a time for them. Thank you. That is all.
Okay, thank you. Next, Gok Prondo.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Fion. I'm from Vietnam. I don't want to be famous, but if I have to be famous, I want to be famous in a good way. Like I am a good person and a successful person. And in my opinion, the most value in friendship is sincerity. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Olya, Oля Mordvinova.
Yes, hello, it's me. I'm 22. I got my bachelor's degree in linguistics in Mrs. University, but now I'm here to gain some new experience, to get new knowledge in order to find a new job in the future. I would definitely not like to be famous, because all famous people struggle because of their popularity. Their private life stops being private, and I guess that's a disaster, and it is the only reason I wouldn't like to become famous. But probably I would like to be a famous specialist in a particular area, and it would help me to attract some clients. So that's it. And what I value in friendship is a person must be on one wave with me. This is the only thing which is needed, I guess. So it makes easier for friends to communicate. I mean, when people are not on the same wave, they have a different background, they have a different level of knowledge and education. it becomes impossible to build some connection, and I guess that's it.
Okay, thank you. Next, Polina Davidkina.
Yes. Good afternoon, Daryl. So I'm Polina, and when introducing this task, you proposed us to name maybe a skill that we find ourselves good at, but I would name only one word, a word that is predictability and unpredictability. So, but both of them are in a good sense. So I would say that I was quite predictable when entering this program because I wanted to expand my capabilities because I gained my bachelor's degree in teaching foreign languages. And now I have changed my direction of studies and researches. But at the same time, I'm kind of
Sorry for that. Missed the timer. So waiting for other people.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we missed only 2 person. Good result. Not perfect, but good. Okay. So I think Polina, you can start over because it's possible.
Yeah, I'll proceed. So yeah, so I was firstly talking about my predictability, but at the same time, very unpredictable person. For instance, I dared to study the Latin language when I was in the 6th grade. So, and I guess my unpredictability is still here. So for instance, when I take some responsibilities for projects and or jobs that I have no idea if I manage, but still. So that is why I would say that I would not like to be famous, but I would like to be remarkable. So to be the person that will bring something and it will be beneficial for humanity. And the last one, what I value most in friendship, I would say that the most significant aspect of friendship is that I keep real. So being myself, and also of course empathy, listening skills of a person and of my friend actually, and honesty.
Okay, thank you. Next, oh, hope I spell it correct. Uri, like we. That's right.
My name is Queen.
Okay.
So, my name is from Vietnam. I would like to be famous, because I don't have to become. I need to put many effort to become famous, and now it has made me think that, and now I'm very much dream to become famous. Maybe I feel when I feel my life is stable, I will like find someone somebody. Like maybe at that time I will share my story, my experience on social media, and like I have my corner. And the most thing I influence is honesty and respect for others. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Next one, Taisia.
Yes, hello. So yes, my name is Taisia, or you can call me Taya. I'm from Moscow, and I graduated from Nastmesis as a teacher of languages. Well, fame is a controversial topic. I don't know whether I want to be famous or not. Well, to some extent, maybe it can be helpful in career prospects and so on. Well, it depends. So I value in friendship, despite honesty and so on, like acceptance and humor. And also when two friends can understand each other, like in a nutshell, like easily or mentally. Like, yes, this is what I value. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Victoria Dorju.
Yep. Hi, hello. I'm Victoria, and I am from the Republic of Tula, which is in Siberia, and I also have my bachelor degree in teaching. And You know, I would like to be famous only if I can be helpful for others. I mean, if I can influence them in a good way. So in this case, I probably would like to be famous if I can be helpful for others. And about the I think I would agree with Taya, as my colleague, that acceptances are very important when you don't judge each other, when you just accept your friends, and you can be just there for your friends and be a good friend, and that's it.
Okay, next, Julia, Batinpova. Okay.
Yeah. Good evening. My name is Yulia, and originally I'm from Volgograd, but I've been living in Moscow for 5 years already because I graduated I graduated from Moscow State Linguistic University as teacher of foreign languages, and now I'm here. For being famous, I don't know, it depends on what we understand by being famous. Of course, I want to be a good specialist in my area of development. I want to be famous, and I want people to know me as a good professional in what I'm doing. Yeah, so I think that's being famous is strongly connected with success in the area we are working in. So I think, yes, I would like to be. And as for the friendship, as many of my colleagues already said, me too, I value honesty most in my friends. I tend to be honest, sometimes very honest with my friends, so not everyone is ready for this. Sometimes at the same time, I want my close friends to be honest and open with me. And that's why I don't have many friends. I keep on the backs, yeah, so to speak.
Okay, thank you. Next, Violet.
Yeah, hello, my name is Violet, and I graduated from Ryazan State University, and I'm a bachelor's degree in translation and translation studies. And my major was actually translation. Basically, the languages I had were English and Chinese. And as for being famous, I would say that I don't want to be famous myself. I think that it's better to be famous by your actions, by what you're doing, and by the products you're creating to the world. And for me, it's much better than being myself. And as for friendship, as most of my colleagues have already mentioned, I would say that I also value honesty, and I think that comes first. And of course, a sense of humor should be always here in harsh times, and whenever we have crisis situations, it's better to handle it with a humorous side, so to speak.
Okay, thank you.
Abdurrahman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So my name is Abdurrahman, and I graduated from mechanical engineering. I'm from Sudan, and well, about famous, I think for me it's not much about being famous. It's more about having influence. So like, I'd like to be a man of influence. And for friendship, I think what I value most is communication and loyalty.
Good one. Next, thank you, Alina. Alina V. Okay. I was asking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hope you will come fast right now. So, Anastasia, yes, okay.
My name is Nastia, and I'm from Libya. I have graduated from mathematics and my bachelor's degree teaching English and French. And frankly speaking, answering the first question, I don't want to be famous at all because I don't like attention and gossip surrounds famous. In addition, they do not have private life, in my opinion, which significantly affects mental health and quality of life. And in friendship, I value loyalty most of all because it loses its sense if people betray.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, okay.
Just a voice about my background. I graduated from Moscow City University, Department of Linguistics and Translation Studies. My affiliation is translation with languages English and Spanish. And answer my first question, if I wanted to be famous, I wanted to be famous for my work. I really love culture sector and especially modern art. And if it's possible, I would like to build my career in that field. Also, I would like it to be somehow related to this magister program. And answering the second question, what do I value most in friendship? I would say that trust. And to my mind, this the ground for all interpersonal relations, not only in friendship, but also when we work in the team. If we don't trust other team members, then probably it's impossible to be successful or to work properly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And next, Nargia Mamedova.
Hello, Nadia. So I'm from Tumen. I have a bachelor's degree in linguistics, teaching English. Maybe as a child, I wanted to become a famous musician because I was very interested in show. Now I don't think I'd be able to handle that much attention to my persona. What I value most in friendships is probably, well, I appreciate my friends for, first of all, being valued. I also agree with guys that I value loyalty and honesty, and also probably I need friends who are relatable to me in some way, and also good listeners.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. The last but not the only, Egda Ahmed. I don't think it was properly, so
Well, okay. My name is Ihda. Ahmed is my family name.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, being famous, I would actually love to make an actual difference in people's lives and be remembered for that, and to actually have a good influence on others more than actually being famous. And one of the things in a friendship for me is, of course, honesty, reliability, being trustworthy, being a good listener, and also being open-hearted and most importantly, open-minded. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, and I will be a voice of Christian. So, Christian Badi, and is from Rome, Italy. Graduated in marketing and communication in University in Rome. About the friendship, the most important thing is loyalty. About being famous. Oh, you want to be famous as a good professional, but just in your job society, so in goals area. And if you talk about famous, it's not a goal for him. Okay, nice one. So, what this stuff was about? This question will help you to know about hard and soft skills of teammates, of your future teammates. So today, we will decide who will be a leader of your team, leaders, because at least 2 teams will be in charge. Those cases, of course. Why we do such a way? So, 1 second. So, because long before the word strategy had meaning in business, in marketing, or whatever else, it was in the context of war, not in the context of selection, but in the context of war. So for today, we'll start a little battle between 2 teams. This battle always exists on strategic level. It doesn't matter which products or brands or even any position in the market have an enterprise company, because there is a competition between specialists in every area, even in marketing, even in strategy. So it's not about the products, it's all about strategy, and it's all about it. And because battle, sometimes we'll use some drums. Okay. So any volunteers be a leader? So we need at least 2. So if you select more than 2 persons, we'll have an election first and yours. And before we start, before thinking, I will give you 1 or 2 minutes just to think about, okay, I can build it. Remember that the leader is a person who really makes sense. It's a chart of Telegram channel, so I'll just want to show you that Donald Trump in traditionally instant messenger, but it's really changed through last several years. So Donald Trump even here in first 10. So it's about some games, crypto, and so on, so on. So Donald Trump is the first person, and it's really on high top, on top 10. So the leader is really cares, and everybody know he is for his mention, and they hear me, and you know how to use it. So, any volunteers?
Okay, I can be a leader of any team.
Okay, Taisia. So, as a first volunteer, you can choose the case study. The first case study is non-profit organization, and the second case study is government person.
Okay, non-profit organization.
Okay, so the second leader, why the second have no choice? Because in aim and in every war, sounds not very good. I hope I spell it correct.
Yes.
Yes, okay. You know only the winner. Some precedents from the history where you can name the second team leaders, and this is an exception, but not the rule. I can name you 1 person from Europe, and his name was Saladin, or even Salah ad-Din ibn Daud, and another 40 names. I will not remember the every whole this name because of his traditional names. He was a prince, and he even won almost every battle he started, and he fought with Richard the Braveheart and win. But he was famous for his maybe some loyalty or kindness with another team. Let's make it so. So after the battle, after the losing the battle, he sent doctors and some help for the losing sides and help them to be more strange for the next battle, because he understands that situation may change in every moment. But it's an exception, but not the rule. So as a leader of first team, you decide the next government. So the second team will work with government person, and with its account, it's more working with private brand than with the government system. But not a simple dimple. Okay. If there are no volunteers, I can suggest you maybe okay. I think enough skills. Jan or Paulina. Maybe Mark. Oh, I will select the leader by my side, and it will be a bad tradition. So come on. No one. Okay.
Well, I can be a leader.
Oh, Victoria.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. So every leader must have prime minister and general, because leader make a general management and have a very long list of duties, and he must make a decision every time All right. As a director, I can say that it's sometimes difficult to make a decision right here and right now, but you have no choice as a leader of the team. Okay, so I will make a screenshot of this and also we'll make a record of it and use it in our future session. Next, I don't know how much time we left, but think that not one. Select your commanders. What mean commanders? Commanders mean your generals. As I already said, it's a teamwork, and commanders help their leaders in different situations, like CFO, financial director, sales director, and sometimes technical director. So these people help to manage a company, and even marketing director is a part of that team. So right now you'll have a little enterprise cases, but it's not an enterprise, maybe small, medium business. It depends just on time and on a point of view. So do you have any persons, I'll ask leaders, you want to see in your team? You can ask them right now in chat, or take time and make your selection a little bit later. What do you prefer, Taisia?
Well, I think me as well as Victoria, we need some time. Well, there are lots of people in our group, so we need to contribute.
Okay, has it time?
Can I ask, sorry, how many commanders should we have? Only one or several?
So you can choose. So I will give you an advice, at least two. Why so? Because you'll have different roles in your team. You'll find these roles in Canvas. I think after that, okay, technical support write me that, okay, they have a little bit problems and they fix it. So right now, I hope there will be no problem with entering the course. I will change the dates of some assignments and you will see some roles. So at least 2 commanders, better than 1, because you will have a diversity of meaning. You will have a quorum for decision, at least. And another person in a group will be your teammates also. But I think that they have only, if you have 2 words, they will have only 1 word if you decide to make something. So it's only my system, so you can choose your system and find maybe better way for communication. It depends on you. I think, okay, so as a technical difficulties, I will correct this slide. Okay, you have time till Monday. Okay, 3 days. 3 days to select your teammates. So to connect with your teammates, to select, to contract, campaign, and attract. So I hope you have your group chat in Telegram or in WhatsApp. If still not, I advise you to have some, or maybe group in Facebook or VK. It depends on you.
Don't worry, we have chats.
Nice one. Okay, so you know how to do it. And I think that we'll have 20 minutes left of our lesson, of our session. Let's make it with some information and filled with some information. I will try to make it more simple. So talking about marketing strategy and communication. Okay, where is the communication? We're all about communication, not about marketing. If you want marketing, you will attend marketing courses, of course. We will talk about info gypsies in our future lessons, so not for today. Maybe someone can tell me what's happened with marketing communication in 19th of the last century. Oh, we have 10 minutes. Okay, nice one. Okay, nobody. Everything is simple. So before the 19th of the last century, there was no internet. Okay, here, but not in such big and differences. And internet and digital area bring to marketers and to other persons that involved in marketing process new model, and they call it integrated marketing communications. So this time when the integrated marketing communication comes into play, maybe you can hear the surname Kotler. He considered that marketing communication, integrated marketing communication changed everything. And so marketing communication exists from this time only as integrated tool. How we can say about it is that it was a stream of disparate communication directions, mean on influence on customer with informing, persuading, shaping consumers' insight, interest in goods and services. So, and the development of integrated marketing communication shifts the paradigm, and right now it's more like a single multi-channel communication focused on establish bilateral long-term contract with the target market. with your customer. So it's like establish a dialogue, is a discussion, a discourse. So use them whatever you prefer, and you will write. At the same time, concepts of promotion and communication are often identified, which is not true, since all elements of the marketing mix and also on, it's not only about promotion. It's really about establish some relationships with your customers, some work relationships. It's an ideal picture. Okay. So as already said, the main idea is to inform, convince, and remind consumers directly or indirectly about your products and brands. This is the main goal of marketing, integrated marketing communication for every enterprise and for every small or medium business. I use enterprise as a term of big multi-channel cooperation. So sometimes if you misunderstand me, ask. Just break my speech and say, we don't understand, it's okay. So this and about long-term contracts. So the main idea is that in previous marketing tools, they use more mass communication like TV, radio, newsletters without interaction with consumers. And right now it's changed and changed great. Because now marketing communication became the voice of the company. Marketing communication represents the voice of the company and its brand being the means by which the firm can establish a dialogue and relationships with consumer by building loyalty. So another way you can name it brand, because brand is a loyalty to your company. So brand, it's not about famous brand, it's about loyalty. Just remember these things. We'll pause, talk about maybe 10 session in the future. Marketing communication can influence consumer choice, okay? And they can predict consumer choice and then predictable marketing. Okay, it's not bad, not good, it's just like it works. So also marketing communication is about understanding the decision and why the consumer and the customer make this decision right here, right now, or they can make the decision in future. So your goal as a specialist in communication to establish this communication in a proper way, to choose the right language, to choose the right form for every channel, for every marketing channel. So it's your decision, because marketers know how this channel works, but sometimes they don't see, okay, negative connotation of context. Maybe they use the wrong terms in these cases. So you as a specialist in communication will see these gaps and understand how it can influence on your target area and on your consumers and relationships with your consumers in a long-term relationships. Also, it's not only about communication in social media, it's all about advertising, PR, personal selling, sponsorship, etc., etc. So every point of marketing involves communication. And as I already said, choosing the right language is one of the most important things, maybe sometimes the most important thing in communication with your auditorium. So, who can name me where is this phrase from which advertisement? Maybe you can name me a brand or a company who uses stuff.
I guess it's iPod, like Apple company or something.
Yes, you're right. So it's all about language and about promotion. When they first start to sell their player, iPod, and they famous, Apple was famous even for iPod before iPhone, really before iPhone. They start with slogan, answer the songs in your pocket. Genius, because 5 gigabytes doesn't mean anything, doesn't matter to a customer. And anyone can instantly understand that 1,000 songs in your pocket. Okay, they understand these numbers. Okay. And it was tactic, and it was good tactic that was founded on and based on good strategy. Because understanding the difference between strategy and tactics is absolutely key of marketing success. Strategy is a big picture of planning you do prior to the tactics, because your next task will be to make a plan of your marketing strategy, because a plan for a plan, you understand what we are talking about. And I think that we have 1 minute left, and then in 10 minutes, okay, I think it will be enough. For other part, I will just make it more shorter. Okay. So what means a strategy? It's like a plan, okay, as already mentioned. So if you want to build a house, if you have a block of land before build a house, you must make an expertise of ground. Then, okay, you can just order a pile of bricks, but it will be a strategy, and we will talk about this a little bit later. You hire an architect at first, before the builder. And they plan everything from the major stuff like building permits, down the kind of things you like, so types of grounds, maybe types of foundations. So all of these stuff that must be planned before to a single shovel of dirt being moved. That is strategy. In marketing, the same. Before doing any tactics, before doing any ads, you need a strategy. So when you can say, okay, the strategy come to the end, never. You will have only now good stage. Strategy is. I think that you have a general chat and can share an information. All information you'll find in Canvas course, so it's not a secret at all. And now it's a good stage. I will continue. Now it's a good stage. It's a stage like with some buildings. So when you hire a bricklayer, carpenter, plumber, electrician, etc., that's a tactics. It's not strategy, but you can't do anything worthwhile successfully without both strategy and tactics. So you must start on stage of planning. So it's like a milestone before implementing strategy and before adopting it, and maybe before upgrade it during the environment, because it depends on your entire situation and a situation on market. So remember, now good is a stage, is a milestone. So planning, you can plan forever, but sometimes you need to stop and start doing tactics. And about differences between strategy and tactics, you can, okay, you can find a way when you use tactics without strategy, and it leads to bright, shiny objects syndrome. Like imagine you start and building a wall without any plans and other letter cards, and it was a wrong place. So it starts to dig in the ground. If you will check the history of Spassky Tower of Moscow Kremlin, you'll find that facts that many bricks going underground during the building because they didn't make an analysis before and they have a problem in construction. So next. So you need both strategy. Yes, the strategy comes at first, but without tactics, okay, you'll do nothing. Both strategy and tactics lead you to success. And there is a marketing plan come into place. Think your marketing plan as the actual blueprints for getting and retaining customers. So, strategy planning involves the implementation such function as forecasting. Okay. Forecasting precedes the actual implementation of strategic plans. It's based on analysis. So it's time when you analyze the range of external and internal factors, condition, functioning in order to anticipate the possibility of development and risk management. So what can happen during this moment? And the forecast is about time, how far ahead we were trying to look. It's about direction. What are the trends of the future we can predict? And it's about magnitude. How significant will the changes be? Okay, I like here an example of weather forecast or about earthquake. So you can select what you prefer and what you better love to. Okay, we'll check again. Nobody come. Okay. So we'll continue. Okay, I'll ask the leaders and ask the names. Can you give me 5 minutes more? I think it will be enough because our session comes to the end. So it's your decision right now. Okay, so the silence is an agreement. So the second stage is strategy development. Okay, you have a blueprint, you must develop it. And the last stage, but not the only, so developing a strategy and implementing strategy need budgeting, need money. So you must calculate every resources and every resource allocation, of course. So what and where you have. So we will go, okay. So strategic marketing is a part of strategic management of organization, and your next task will be a SWOT analysis. So it's an analysis of the external environment, economical, political, social, international factor, as well as competitors factors. At the same time, the external environment is divided into two components, the immediate environment, direct impact environment, so it's internal factors, and macro environment, indirect impact environments. So it's technology, competition, political, legal, social trends, everything that can make sense outside of the company. The purpose of strategic analysis is to identify the threats and opportunity of the external environment as a strength and weakness of organization. So it's the first stage you need to do before planning and organizing your strategy. And okay, you will need the process of defining the mission and goals, how these things later, also like formulating the mission of the organization, define long-term goals and define a medium-term goals. So before this, you'll need just to make a first analysis of a market and of your company and of your accounts, because these accounts already exist and you can do this analysis. The third stage, the formulation and selection of strategy. It's like our forecast for the next sessions, the implementation of the strategy. You will also be on the stage, I think, during the middle of semester or so. And the main components of successful implementation of the strategy will be communication with employees in order to achieve their understanding as a part of a strategy. Next, form a plan and timely manner as a receipt for resources that necessary for the implementation of the strategy, and form targets that will lead to success of the strategy. And on the stages, each level of leadership must solve its task and perform the function that assigned to it. And the last stage that will be before the exam, it will be the stage of the results of implementation of strategy that must be evaluated. Because I already said that everything changes and you must evaluate your strategy regularly. Okay. So as already mentioned, the task for today, make a SWOT analysis of your case company. I'll bring you an example of question, and you will find an explanation of every different question that you can find in this table. It will be in Canvas, so the contact form will be in the Canvas. If you need another contact channel, you'll find in additional resources that there are some Slack channel. Why Slack channel? Because in enterprise they use, and most company use sometimes Slack business, but mostly in IT companies I was working, it was Slack, and in big companies right now I am also work on Yandex, so we use Slack. Slack, it's like instant messaging, but not only. It connected with some databases, so your channel is already connected with not NSO, but you can use another project management system which you prefer. So just tell me and we'll make a connection with Slack. So this those links you can find, those links you can find in a section of additional resources and instruction. Have any questions?
No.
Okay. I'd like to hear a little feedback. So how was today?
Well, that was good. That was good that we could introduce ourselves again.
Okay, again, so you have done it before, I think, analysis?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good tradition indeed, because you can change your mind during different subjects, during different courses, and your teammates can see you from different points of view. I don't have such ability, and at the time I was studying because of some, but we have another types of connection and another maybe way to know each other better. Any other meaning? Maybe some negative senses or correctness. Don't be shy. I'm not biting. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think we done for today. Okay, thank you for coming. Hope to see some list of your groups in in 3 days till Monday. Send it via contact form in Canvas. or even you can find my email in contact form in Canvas. Sorry for some technical issues. We will try not to have it in future. And class dismissed. Have a nice weekend and have fun.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.